Joey beat the big unit.
Beat the big unit? Really? Is nobody? No, right? No. This fella's name is Johnny Dickshot.
It's ugly. His nickname was Babe Ruth's legs because of how often he'd be called in to pinch run for him. All right.
Are you serious? Hey! How we doing, boys? How we doing?
Brothers?
The move was made of spare ribs. Would you eat it?
Yes.
I'm gonna start with a Harry Carey reference. I thought we have a younger audience
Harry
than
Carey
a Will Ferrell from the 90s doing a Harry. Gentlemen, welcome.
What's up? What are we doing?
All right, for the side tangent, welcome to the Juice Boys Show. Three brothers-in-law so freaking stupid. Enough to start a weekly sports podcast. Your favorite show in the world. Too stupid to stop after 46 freaking episodes of this thing, boys.
God, 46.
Rocking and rolling. A
We are
sports podcast
towards.
for the sports morons, by the sports morons, bounded by 3 Bs. Who's got it? Who's got it?
Booze.
Yeah, that's one.
In my hand.
Betting.
Yeah.
Which is now out of my wallet.
And bullshit, which is coming out of your mouth.
Oh!
Or anus
there
at
we go.
any time. Hey,
Okay.
but shows drop every Friday. Be sure to follow on
that.
YouTube, Instagram, Tickety Talk for all the latest fun pieces of sports content.
You
Guys,
wrote it.
this show's blowing up like the Boston Celtics won in a ring.
Congratulations to all my friends and family back in Boston. I know that was huge. My cousin Andrew, big shout out. Holy crap, the first one you've really been able to see and enjoy because the other one you were like 9. So, yeah.
It's been a while.
Awesome. It's been a while.
Been a bit.
I am the third turncoat. We got Mr. Pulp Pelletier and Juice Boy Joe, the Sultan of Sift himself, is here. Boys, what are we drinking on this fine week? I missed you. I'm back in the great state of Missouri. Got to do a show with you guys.
Ooh.
Just Joe. I got to golf with Chris. Got to see my friends. It was a lovely time there in
Nice little
hot
getaway
and
for
dry
you.
Colorado, back in hot, humid Missouri. So how we doing? What are you drinking this week? Let's start it off. Let's start off good.
Boys, I'm drinking something special. I'm on vacation already for the rest of this week. I got some buddies coming out to town. Going to see Joey tomorrow. Going to tool around in the mountains for a few days. So I am enjoying a glass of the Macallan 12-year.
Oh, damn.
Nice. The
classing
special
this
glass.
place
You,
up.
you can't
Classing
put
this
ice on
place
that.
up.
You can't put ice on that.
I didn't. I sure
Oh,
didn't.
no. That's what you're saying. You said no ice. Like, that's a
Oh,
travesty.
that's a classy glass, too. Joey, you can't beat that, can
nice.
you?
I can't.
Okay, let's
Okay.
move on.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Moving on then. All right.
It's, the great state of Colorado misses you, McCoy. Listener, if you have not heard of the band, the Black Pumas, you need to listen to them immediately. Me and Mr. McCoy saw them in Vail this weekend. One of the better shows I've ever seen in my life. You got to check them out. I'm still drinking the bottle that we were drinking, Cody, that was given to me by our mother-in-law, but this is the good one. It's the 8-year Dickel.
Oh,
So I
we got
got
some
some-
age dip.
I got some
Okay.
Dickel from the mother-in-law, and we didn't kill it all this weekend, so I still have some left. Some
Look
8.
at that. Look at you
Eight-year
two
Dickel,
practicing restraint. Way to go.
That's right.
boys.
Wow. Well, I was on like a 10-day bender while I was in Colorado, so I'm drinking water today.
You better not be.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm drinking Old Grand.
I was gonna say,
There we go.
Wash it
That's
down.
not fair. There's been
Wash
times
it
when I'm like
down.
dead sick, and I'm like, I'm just gonna get this down.
Joey, no beer
fighting it.
chaser?
No beer chaser?
No, don't need it. Just
The
like
Dickel's enough?
just like Cody said that we were on like a 10-day bender when they were out here. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna stick and be a gentleman. and
needs-
just drink straight
Who
whiskey.
needs a beer chaser when you've just got fistfuls of Dickel?
That's right.
That's true. From your mother-in-law.
Attaboy.
Don't you
Yeah.
love when your mother-in-law throws a little dickle your way? We got a sports talk. We got a hot one. A lot of things going on. We got a new segment, gentlemen, that we're going to introduce. We're
Kind of
gonna
a
introduce-
continuing a segment. So.
Yes. We got to keep developing the show. We got a fun big potato, big topic of the day,
There you
and then
go.
a lovely statistic of the week. Like we just said, Boston Celtics win 4-1. Kick Kyrie's ass, kick Luka's ass. Jaylen Brown named the MVP. Celtics become the greatest franchise of all time, right? Or didn't they surpass the Lakers?
Yeah, they were just tied. Yeah, they were tied. You talk to
What do
real
we
NBA. You talk to real NBA fans, and they still had it because the Lakers 17th was the bubble. All right, and so it's just and LeBron will tell you that was the one that counted the most. That was the hardest one to get. We didn't have any fans. Was all that? So yeah, the bubble got them to 17. So now
Stupid.
So now Boston is reclaiming where they should be at the top of the NBA Finals leaderboard. I mean, the award is called the. Oh, there's my cat. There we go. My cat just stepped on the keyboard. Hi, buddy. The award is literally called the Bill Russell NBA Finals MVP Award, and then the Eastern Conference Finals MVP Award is the Larry Bird Award. All right, so Boston.
What are you trying to say?
Boston
Beautiful.
is the NBA. They always have been. I can't believe it's been since 2008. And with the core they're putting together, with Brad Stevens being the GM, I don't know who can beat them. Nuggets are the next favorite right now at plus 650, but there's with the Celtics are like to start like plus 210 to win again next year. So
Oh man, I think we all need to apologize, especially Chris, for Jaylen Brown signing the biggest contract of all time.
I've got nothing against Jaylen Brown. I said Jason Tatum was a clown.
Oh, should we apologize to Jason Tatum? We should probably apologize to Jason Tatum.
We shouldn't do a damn thing. I stand by the fact that he's a clown.
stand by.
But hey,
who won MVP?
Jaylen Brown, the biggest I think he won Eastern Conference Finals MVP, Finals MVP, signed the biggest contract in NBA history. He was an all-star. I guess we got to give it to him. I don't want to give it to him, but
he's got to be getting it because of his defense, right? Because Tatum still outperformed him in every statistical category, outscored him by like 4 points, had 2 more rebounds and 2 more assists in every game. I mean, Jaylen Brown's a shutdown defender. That's just
got to play both sides of the ball.
And that's just what he did, and Luka Doncic didn't.
Chris,
You
you don't want to apologize to Jason Tatum?
No, but thanks for the cash in my kid's college fund.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Chris
I
realized
love it.
last week that he made a. When did you make that? Last summer?
It was a preseason bet.
Oh yeah, you flopped real quick. Big Celtics guy over here. Big.
Oh, dude, I will
Celtics guy.
absolutely root against what I want to have happen if it means a dub.
It means cash. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Luka will never make another finals again.
Oh
So
wow,
that came at a very fitting
that's
time.
spicy.
Like, whenever we record and then something happens in the days in between we're recording and it comes out, I'm like, damn it. And we were just talking about Luka being a bitch. And then what does Luka do? And just goes and bees a bitch.
Yeah.
And he got absolutely.
Hold on, Joey. Chris, spell that for us.
Eezitt.
You're on Beezit.
Oh, damn it.
All right. So
continue.
and then he did it. And Brian Windhorst absolutely eviscerated him. Just took him to the shed and said, went into the Celtics locker room. That's where the champions come from. That's where the Mavericks come from. And until you start playing defense, until you stop crying and swearing at your team, and when you stop flopping, when you start giving effort, start playing defense, it was unbelievable. And he says that no one has ever talked to him like that, so somebody has to, and he just took it on himself. It was a crazy tirade. If you have not heard it, you need to go and listen to it. He goes off. He goes off. But then what did Luka do the next game? He plays the best game of the postseason he had so far, and they just destroyed Boston.
Blew him out of the water. Yeah.
What a crazy game that was.
And I know we got to give a little shout out to Kyrie. We all don't like him, but he was out there in Boston as the confetti was coming down, helping each one of his teammates come off the floor, give him a hug, handshake, into the locker room. I hate to say it, but he's matured. I think I still don't like him, but yeah, Luka's a bitch. And he's never going to make an NBA Finals ever again. This is like an Allen Iverson year. It's like, oh yeah, he'll be back. He'll be back. Just give him a little more help. He'll be back. And then when he's 32, Luka just can't win the big one. He just can't get there. That's where I'm at with the whole Luka.
That should have been your squeeze this week, bro.
I know,
that's a pretty big one.
Very spicy.
That's spicy.
Oh
yeah. I think
pulpy.
He's on his way to be he's going to be
the James Harden of the NBA. He's taking over.
No, he's going to be a namesake badass for the next 10 years in the league. It's going to be him and Anthony Edwards and then Jokic for probably another 6. What do you think Jokic has got left? 5 or 6?
On those miles?
Have left.
Yeah. He only runs 2 miles an hour.
A while. Yeah.
He doesn't run fast. He's got a lot of tread on those tires.
I don't know, man. I think he's that good. The Mavericks have always had pretty decent ownership. You know, like they're always pretty.
But James Harden was that good, so I mean, he never made it even close. What are we talking about here?
Because James Harden is not as good as Luka. He's not.
He's not. James Harden? Pretty.
I don't know how many NBA Finals James Harden make it to. No, I think he made it to 1 with Westbrook and Durant before they broke that up, right? at
No.
OKC?
No, because Harden was the first to go.
Okay. So 0.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then it makes my point even more.
How many MVPs has Luka won?
0. He doesn't deserve it yet.
0.
Neither did Harden.
Okay. Oh, there. Okay.
No,
You know who
just
else didn't deserve to win something this weekend?
Your boy you picked?
I won. I won. Bryson
You did.
DeChambeau, walk-off win of the U.S. Open. Your boy McCoy wins.
What
Has anyone
a
picked a
call.
winner that's not Scotty? Like the favorite?
No.
I picked him.
Yeah, that's incredible. That was
hell of a call, man.
With Bryson, who played extremely well, going up and down. He made a few huge shots to win on 18. From like what? He was hitting in front of like a fucking root on his second shot.
almost behind
yeah.
a building.
Yeah, he
You
was
know, it
choking down
yeah.
on his clubs that are all the same length. But all this said, Rory, our boy,
Gave it away.
gave it
what
away.
happened,
Christopher,
Rory?
Terrible.
Just give it to us. What do we think?
Oh my God. So Rory looked resurgent in that final round. I mean, he
whole tournament,
was playing great, putting together a hell of a Sunday round, which he started in the second to last pairing. So he started off in the hunt, just needed to put together a good enough round to give himself a shot, and he sure did. And then, they were talking about, he struggled with 16, 17, 18 this entire tournament. Like, let's see what he's got. Can he get something figured out? Like, really, all he's got to do is par these out, put the onus on DeChambeau. Can you go out and put together something spectacular, take back this lead, or at least tie it up? And instead, Rory, finishes out +2 on the final 3 with 2 putts missed inside of 4 feet. He was perfect through the entire season.
That's juice boy
leading up to
material.
that
The
point.
entire season, I saw that stat, dude. He was perfect from that
Unbelievable.
distance.
Yeah.
How does that
And
happen?
Just gave it to DeChambeau. Like, I was at least hoping, like, as a golf fan, like, hell yeah, I love a playoff. It's so intense. It is the best golf you can watch on the planet.
I wanted it
I mean,
so
especially in a major, watching a playoff to decide it. Like, what a dream come
With
true. for
Rory
both
and
of them.
Bryson, that would have been incredible.
Huge names. Yeah.
PGA versus Live, that would have been so epic.
But instead, Rory lips out, and the rest is history. And also credit where credit's due. Like, DeChambeau.
I was going to ask who won and who lost.
Definitively. Rory definitely lost it, but it was still DeChambeau's opportunity to make it or break it. He was shit off the tee all day, was just barely holding on, just barely keeping himself in range, in striking distance, gets the opportunity on 18, go close this thing out. He's still garbage off the tee, hitting from no man's land, from behind a building or behind some sort of structure.
Yeah, the grandstands there.
Yeah, and still manages to save par. Like, that's the sort of closing hole in golf that earns you a major. I mean, that
shot out of the
was
bunker.
spectacular.
Shot out of the
bunker was
Absolutely spectacular.
Unreal. I was watching that with Cody, and I was just, there's no way, because that one behind the building was pretty good, but it looked like he kind of chunked it, but he had to. But that out of the sand was just ridiculous.
And he couldn't see the hole. You could only see the flag from that placement, and he had to land it in a specific spot where he was putting uphill, like Chris has talked about. Rory didn't land it where he had to. He landed it just up above the cup where he was going to break 47 feet in like a 2-inch area. So
now, you just made a comment about Kyrie, like, oh, he grew up, he's matured a little bit. That's all I've been hearing about DeChambeau. Oh, he's a different guy. He's grown up.
Agreed.
All these things he is. I just still don't like him. I still don't like the guy. And it's just like, he just bothers me. He just seems like he's just like, be so awkward.
He's still a maniac.
yes,
He is still, without a doubt, a maniac. Dude was trying out 3 different driver heads moments before he took the first tee on Sunday. Like, was swapping out between 3 different heads of his driver to see which one he just happened to be hitting best that day. And still went and drove the ball like utter and complete shit. But managed to bail himself out. Like, his irons were insane. He was putting great. He was chipping great. Like, everything after the tee box, he was playing fantastic. In the tee box, he was just not putting himself in bad enough positions that he couldn't then bail himself out. Like, all credit where credit's due. Bryson went out there and put together a round when he needed to. And
he's played well this year. I mean, how many top fives, at least top tens in all the majors?
Every single major. He's crushing it.
I just don't watch Live, so I haven't seen him in anything else.
Oh, I don't know what he does in between majors. I think he takes that time off. I don't know.
He dominates with the crushers, dude.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he works at like a kiosk at the mall or something.
Joey knows the name. What? Joey knows the
because it's so stupid. The Crushers. Oh my God.
Also, Liv has won now their second major since this has happened. So it just puts a little side story, between him and Brooks. Puts a little side pressure on that developing story that we continue to follow, but nothing's really happening because the government's kind of involved and they're trying to merge, but
they wrote an outline on their merger. So there has been a little bit of movement. It's not yet, even a rough draft. There's just an outline.
There's an outline of an idea of.
Okay, so we're in Jerry Jones land. Yeah, we're thinking about doing something here, boys.
Yeah.
Here's the official notice that we're thinking about
There is an outline.
We've got something cooking in the kitchen.
Yeah, we got a meeting about a meeting for the official meeting. All right, moving on to Charles Barkley. Sir Charles, guys.
Say it ain't so.
No, he announced his retirement on NBA TV as a special guest when the Celtics won. Says he's hanging it up after 25 years, no matter where the NBA goes, because TNT slid back into potential some kind of package for the NBA. NBC got most of the rights of TNT, but Charles Barkley's done. The best sports commentator maybe ever. Hanging it up. So many memories, so many laughs.
Well, okay,
so many shits not given by Chuck. What do we?
Commentator. Because because commentator means you'd have to do like in-game things. He doesn't do much. Like
he can't talk at that pace.
No,
I'd say like studio analyst. Sure, is that what it is?
Yeah, studio analyst. Yeah,
I think I would say yes. I'd say that he would. I think that he's provided the most sound bites, the most entertainment, and the highest quality level for the longest time. There's been guys who have been on Sports Center and things like that, but you can never see their personality like that. I know the Sports Center is a little bit more lax now than it was in the 90s, but I think a lot of that is because of Charles, because he just didn't give a shit and everybody loved him, and so I think it's a good move. It
makes sense.
It does. It sucks because he's arguably the height of his popularity since he was a player.
Peak season, yeah.
Yeah, but it makes sense if they're going to blow up inside the NBA. Ernie Johnson should probably go too, and just be like, you know what? Let's go out together. How long has Kenny the Jet been on that show?
Longer. He was the first guy.
Yeah, he was on. That's what I'm saying. It was him and Ernie, and that was in the 90s, at the end of Kenny's playing career, early 2000s, maybe when they first started.
Dang.
That's incredible.
Chris, would you say he is retired, or is there a magic number to that? Is this all a negotiating tactic for old Chuck to double down on his popularity?
No. Chuck, I don't think he gives a shit about.
You think he's done? Okay.
What's the money? What's the number on that check? I think Chuck makes his choices based off of what Chuck wants to do. I think it lets everybody else just kind of fall in line behind him. I think I said when the switch from the NBA first got announced, that was one of the first things that I talked about, is I was expecting Chuck to be looking for an exit ramp sooner rather than later, just because he's getting to that age where I can't imagine he really wants to keep up with this pace or keep doing these things all the damn time.
He wants to golf, fish, and smoke cigars. And
pretty much. Yeah, I think he was about ready to be done anyway. And so it's all right, this makes sense. This is a good time for me to kind of head off. I expect it to be serious. Diet.
We got to get in on that. Smoke cigars, drink, fish,
and talk shit on women from San Antonio.
Yeah.
How much do you bet he's going to, follow in our footsteps, our trend-setting footsteps, and start a podcast?
You think it'd be because of us too, right?
Yeah,
probably.
It'd have to be.
He was one of those 2.2.
Also, if he doesn't start a podcast, it's because he doesn't want to have to compete with us. So no matter what, we win.
But he's already going to have to face me in golf.
So Charles Barkley's scared of the Juice Boys? Is that?
That's right. That's exactly what it is.
Pretty much it. Or inspired by us. It's absolutely one of those two things.
Yes, there's no correct, Chris. All right. Speaking of money, did we talk about money? Yeah, we talked about money, sort of.
A little bit. We mentioned that it exists.
Yeah, Trevor Lawerence.
Trevor
Lawerence gets the bag, boys. Oh, my God. Highest paid quarterback in the history of football?
Well deserved.
Does he deserve it? Does
well
he
deserved.
Not? Oh, I can hear Joey's sarcasm.
Oh, my God.
Take it away. A lot of money for Trevor.
at this point, did the Jaguars have a choice?
That's the question.
I think that's where we got to start with this. Did they have a choice? I don't think they did. Now, Trevor Lawerence was like one of the hardest people for me to like analyze, because I don't know how much of his downs were because of horrible coaching. And then I don't know, like there's been times when I've seen him just absolutely dominate and look like, dude, this guy really is the future. We won that playoff game 2 years ago. I was like, whoa, this kid is good. Looking at his actual stats, though, I mean, Brock Purdy's stats are better than him.
Ooh,
they are. You know, like
Brock Purdy diss?
No, it's not a Brock Purdy diss.
Okay.
Are you going to throw the bag at Brock Purdy and give him the most money of all time? Brock Purdy had better statistical stats than him in every category: wins, yards, touchdowns, and interceptions last year. Trevor Lawerence still had 4,000 yards, 21 touchdowns, 14 picks. That's pretty mediocre. 4,000 yards is good. Back in the 90s, that would have led the league. He's still only 24 years old. So I think the Jaguars had to do it. Is he worth it? No. But with these ridiculous contracts being put out right now, they had to do something.
And what's the alternative? That they're sitting in the boardroom. What's the alternative?
Mac Jones. Mac Jones is their backup quarterback. That's their alternative. Dude.
I mean, that's the thing. You look at their career stats. You know, he's most comparable to is Mac Jones and Daniel Jones. Boys, he's keeping up with the Joneses and barely. Wow. These are two quarterbacks who are considered to be one a never was, and the other somebody who just got a bag thrown at him after one single halfway decent season. And now all of a sudden he's getting a record-setting contract, having done nothing, having not really earned that. Like, to say, did they have another option? Like, I don't know. Is there no wiggle room below the highest paid quarterback of all time? Like,
can I get like a third highest?
Do they have another option other than, hey, let's reset the entire quarterback market for this guy that we think might maybe one day turn into somebody? Like, I would hope so. Oh my God, who is doing the negotiations for the Jaguars?
Who is that agent? We need a.
That's your only option. Yeah, like I don't think they had another option at quarterback, sure, but there's got to be some sort of stepwise in that process of like, hey, we will incentivize the shit out of this contract. Like, we surely believe in you. Like, we will make that top end like tippity top, way high. You know, all this, that, and the other, but you still got to go out and prove it. You got to do something that you haven't been able to do thus far in order to receive those sort of benefits.
Yeah. Do you deserve more than Patrick Mahomes or Jalen Hurts, who's been to a Super Bowl, or Joe Burrow, who's been to a Super Bowl, or Lamar Jackson, who has 2 MVPs?
Listen to these coming up next year. So he just set a mark that will 100% be passed, and probably a couple of times, because next year Jera's got to pay up. Dak Prescott is a free agent.
Oh, yeah, he won't. Hold on.
All right.
He's not.
Tua is a free agent. Jordan Love is a free agent. And Jared Goff is a free agent. All right. Oh, man. Like, all of those players are better than Trevor Lawerence. All of them. So it's like,
maybe not Tua.
Would you disagree? No, Tua had a way better season than Trevor Lawerence last year.
Dak had a good. Yeah, you might be right.
Jordan Love was outstanding last year.
Jordan Love, I'm with you. Tua, I'm still not sold on his arm. I know you really, really want to stand for him, but I'm not sold.
And Jared Goff, did you take Trevor Lawerence or Jared Goff?
Oh, Jared Goff has been the dude since getting moved to Detroit. Like, he's one to where I actually genuinely could see taking not as much as he deserves.
Sure.
And wanting to go chase rings. 100%.
He got the bag already from LA. I bet Tua's really young, Jordan Love's young, and Dak is still relatively young. I mean, he's 31 years old, but I mean, still, like, I don't know what just happened with Trevor Lawerence, but look out next year. They have to just keep raising that salary cap, because it's not stopping.
I really like Chris's point. Like, you're saying the GM couldn't be like, hey, we want to make you top 5, but here's top 1. Like, that would, who is negotiating these contracts?
Seriously.
Deserve it.
He's getting 10 million more a season than Mahomes next year.
What?
He's going to get 55. Mahomes is going to get 45.
All right. Moving on to little rest in peace. Jerry West passed away, the logo. And literally moments before we started recording, the great Willie Mays of MLB, center fielder for San Francisco Giants, maybe the best 5-tool player of all time. Jerry West, obviously, maybe the greatest executive of all time, drafting Kobe, signing Shaq, Also, like I said, became the logo. Played with Wilt and the Lakers back in the 67, was a pillar of the NBA. So we lost two giants of these two sports, two people that laid the foundation for these sports in a very, very large way. Just wanted to open up for a second so we can honor them. Any thoughts, memories, stories, whatever you got. These two are just amazing humans.
Yeah, I'll back away. I know Joey's just itching to have something to say here. So Joey, take it away. Buddy.
No, Willie Mays is like a lot of people like Tim Kirkshin and Peter Gammons. Remember all these big top level, like the most respected analysts in baseball, all say Willie Mays was the greatest baseball player who ever lived.
Yep,
he was that 5-tool player, 12-time Gold Glove. Good Lord, 12-time Gold Glove, and then get this. 24-time All-Star.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
24-time All-Star. Okay. And that was with him losing a year to Korea. He lost a year of his career, basically two, because in 52 he played 34 games. So he lost 2 years of his career to Korea. And so he was the rookie of the year, went to Korea, came back and won an MVP. All right, the guy, this first season back from Korea had 41 home runs and 110 RBIs. Two-time MVP, Hall of Famer, won a World Series. He's batting title. One of the greatest, like you said, human beings. He's a civil rights activist. Surprisingly, he was Barry Bonds' godfather, and he was always trying to steer Barry in the right directions. I know that all the steroid stuff, maybe they had a major falling out with that. But to lose Willie Mays in the same couple days as Jerry West, I mean, you talk about people who is the most influential. He's literally on the logo. I mean, it's just like the guy
is the logo.
He's known as the logo.
He is the logo. The poor guy was known for his entire career as being the biggest trying loser ever. He was the only player ever to get the NBA Finals on a losing team. Sorry, NBA Finals MVP on a losing team.
Yes. Oh, right? Maybe the greatest.
One of the greatest stats ever. All right. He was. If there was a 3-point line, God knows how many points this guy would have scored. His mid-range shot was unbeatable. His competitive edge was something we've never seen. I've heard the guy was a wicked prick, but I mean, you have to be like to get to that level at that time. But in his 13 seasons, 12-time All-NBA.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. 14-time All-Star in all 14 of his seasons. That's pretty good
too.
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah. That's unbelievable.
He was a Finals MVP. He's on the top 50 and top 75 All NBA teams. 5-time All Defense. That's pretty big on this show. We respect defense. We've trashed James Harden and Luka for that. Jerry West played. He was the 1972 NBA champ and the 1970 scoring champion. All around amazing player. Just it's sad to see him go. It's that generation of players on baseball and basketball leaving us too early. But I love them both. I don't even know how to end that one.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to the boys. Cheers to the legends. And wrapping up, I think Joey want to hit on this. Paul, what's his name? Skeenis?
Okay.
Skeenis?
So let's Paul Skeens, also known as Mr. Livy Dunn. Okay, so yeah, he's
okay.
Yeah, he's Livy Dunn's boyfriend. But so for those of you who don't know who Paul Skeens is, he is a 6'6", 22-year-old dude with a 70s porn stash that'll rival Ron Jeremy's. That is just so nasty. But he comes in and throws absolute
gas,
absolute heat. This dude was number 1 pick in the draft out of Florida last
LSU.
year. Sorry, LSU last year because they beat Florida. Thank you, buddy. And he started out this year. So far this season, he's undefeated in his 4 starts. He is leading the league in strikeout percentage. This is as a rookie. All right, and he is turning around like the Pittsburgh's basically their entire franchise right now. So in his first 7 games that he started, he's 4-0 with a 2.29 ERA and 53 strikeouts. All right, and that's only in 39 innings pitched. All right, so that is an unbelievable statistic. He is going to win Rookie of the Year. He's right now potentially looking at pushing Rookie of the Year and Cy Young because he got a late start. No one has done that, I think, since Fernando Valenzuela back in 1980 with the Dodgers. So impressive. huge things going on right now. And also, we're looking at something that could be monumental for the history of this game, even with all of the talk and all the nonsense going on with Shohei Ohtani. The dude's raking right now. All right. So if anybody's watching the game, he is mashing. He's second in the league in home runs for the National League. I think he's second in the league in RBIs. He's in murderer's row right now with the Dodgers when they have.
But Mookie Betts just got hurt. He hurt. He broke his hand.
There was Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, and Shohei Ohtani. I mean, how do you pitch around that? That's not fair.
He's currently losing to the Rockies, though, which is very.
The Rockies have won 7 of their last 12, which is barely above 500. But we're getting there.
Barely above 12.
Hey, anything above 500 is dynamite success.
Joey, you said that so confidently that I thought it was way above 500 until you said that.
7 out of 12. They're 7 and 5, Cody. All right, but I mean, if they play like that,
yeah, but you said it so like convincingly, like we're on to something here.
We are on to something. That's winning. That's winning more than you're losing, Cody. They're on to something.
That's fair.
But Shohei Ohtani is putting together a season where he might get an MVP on just being a one-dimensional player.
I think he's going to get the favorite because Mookie Betts is hurt, and he's going to be out for at least a few weeks, maybe over a month. Why would Shohei Ohtani not? I think Bobby Witt Jr. is trying to hold on to like that 3 or 4 spot.
Bobby Witt's in the.
Oh, that's right. He's in the AL League. Yeah, but I think Mookie Betts hurt.
In the National League now, so I don't know. I think it's going to be Shohei's to win, and so if he wins in both leagues, one is a pitcher hitter, and then one is just a hitter. He's freaking Babe Ruth, dude. We are seeing Babe Ruth.
That's pretty incredible.
He is Babe Ruth. It's incredible.
But did Babe Ruth have an interpreter steal $40 million?
He didn't need an interpreter. He was American.
That's true. Well, if he had an interpreter, though,
$40 million.
Definitely would have let them steal him $40 million.
Yeah,
that's fair.
That's right. To finance no net.
God, that is a deep cut.
Great ball.
Oh my God!
Now you got to give the quick. No, we don't need to. Just go listen to like.
Look up.
They know that. Yeah.
Go listen to like episode 12 of the Juice Boys show of that. Boy, that'll do it for the sports docket. Music break. All right, gentlemen, welcome back to the Juice Boys show. Episode 46. We're coming in real hot after that lovely sports docket. Boys, we have a new segment.
Yeah,
this is where we normally squeeze up the week, our most outlandish takes, but we got to rotate things around. We can't get stale. Got to keep staying creative and innovative. It's called, you guys sold yet? We sold?
Why don't you go ahead and tell us about it, and then we'll decide.
Okay. All right. This is called Moron Mountain.
That's right. We brought this up. Yeah.
We kind of peppered it in last week. This is where the boys or you, the listener, get to submit who you are nominating to be on top of Moron Mountain for whatever reasons. Similar to a squeeze, but really nailing down on an individual, really nailing them.
So let me ask you, does this person have to be like Antonio Brown, just general? He's bringing Moron into everything that he does, or like J.R. Smith, who forgets where he is and what the time is?
I'll let everyone interpret it. Usually, I think the idea came from.
We're leaving it vague.
Yes, I think this came from individuals doing a certain action that goes, that guy's a moron, that gal's a moron. Put him on Moron Mountain.
Draymond Green, they're not preparing us to succeed after we retire. They're not giving us the money to retire.
Boom, Moron Mountain. I think that's where that quote is what inspired this lovely new segment of ours, so we can rotate between Squeeze of the Week, our passionate takes, and Moron Mountain, who we're nominating.
A story here.
Yeah, our Mount Rushmore for Moron Mountain. The people who are always live up there will be Antonio Brown, Draymond Green.
Okay.
Anyone else we'd like to nominate so far? As a lifelong contributor to Moron Mountain?
Angel Hernandez.
Oh!
Yeah.
That's fair.
Are you? Yeah. And so thus, with our first Moron Mountain nominee, Joey, take it. Our inaugural Moron Mountain nominee, Joseph, take it away.
All right. There have been so much talk about these two lately, and I'm going to take a second and talk about Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. And I'm going to take the first pick of Moron Mountain. I'm going to take Angel Reese. Wow. Right? Angel Reese is pissing me off lately. All right. Now, I understand I loved her in college, dude. I loved her game. I loved watching her play at LSU. I even thought her putting up the ring in Caitlin Clark's face in college was baller. Mm-hmm. All right. Now, she has been playing with a chip on her shoulder this season because she really thinks that she's better than Caitlin Clark. So when she got drafted after her in the draft, she was pissing and moaning about that. When everybody's talking about Caitlin Clark not making the USA team, she's bitching and moaning about that, saying that she's better. All right, you're not. You are not better than Caitlin Clark. You're not now. You weren't in college, and you're not going to be better than Caitlin Clark. So what does she do when she's in all this pissy mood? She just decks Caitlin Clark over the head in this game, gets a flagrant foul. She's already been ejected from a game earlier this season for having 2 technicals.
Like Draymond Green of 2 weeks WNBA? Ago.
She's running her mouth. Yeah, she's playing well for a rookie, right? So we're talking about this like why we talked about the USA team last week and saying Caitlin Clark doesn't get it, the nod because she's not there for WNBA players. Angel Reese is not there even for the rookies at this point. Caitlin Clark's stat words are way better than hers. All right. And so when she decks her over the head and gets that flagrant foul, she goes in the post-game press conference and says that Caitlin Clark gets a special whistle. That was a basketball play. And then all of these things, there's this big overreaction. It was just like, no, you got beat and you hit her upside the head. And Chris, who won that game?
Believe the Indianapolis Fever?
Yeah, the Indiana Fever won that game, not the Chicago Sky. So it's just like you need just all right. Right now, you're running your mouth and you are cashing checks that you cannot pay. Is that right? Is that how it says? You're cashing checks that your mouth
you're writing
can't cash.
You're writing checks that your ass can't cash.
That's what I'm saying. So right now, I hate to say it, but my first pick for Moron Mountain is Angel Reese.
What a great first pick, Chris. For any rebuttals, any rebootals?
I mean, I really can't. Like you go back and you watch that play, and it's like Draymond Green when he choked out Rudy Gobert and tried to blame Rudy Gobert.
Yeah,
like you're just choking a dude out. Like you didn't have to do that. Like
you did not have to do it.
Like she winds up and just smokes her in the side of the head. It's like you were 4 feet away from where the basketball was. Don't try and tell me you were trying to go for the block. You just wanted to smoke her in the head. Like I would totally be fine with like, hey, you know what? It was a heat of the moment. I was frustrated. You know, yeah, I got beat. I made a poor choice. Like any ownership whatsoever of like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't be smoking people in the side of the head. Totally fine. You don't find yourself on Moron Mountain for getting frustrated and making poor choices at times. You find yourself on Moron Mountain by then doubling down and being like, it's the person who got hit. It's her fault. She did this.
That's a great point. That's how you get on Moron Mountain, gentlemen.
Wow.
And for all of our listeners.
Jason Whitlock just posted 3 hours ago. Angel Reese is arguably the most overrated athlete in all of sports.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Jason
take.
Whitlock. Aish.
That is spicy. Spicy. All right. Take. Well, that is our new segment called Moron Mountain. We want to rotate between Squeeze of the Week, Moron Mountain, whatever the boys have, whatever you guys have, send it in. Joey.
Yeah, please send this in. Well, like back in the day, we had a lot of squeezes right off the bat. Those were always a blast. So like definitely keep sending in squeezes, but I would love to hear the Juice Junkies nominations for Moron Mountain and why. Most importantly, why. It's the story.
Of course.
How did they take that journey? What led them to the top of that mountain?
You can nominate anyone and anything. So Joey, if people like yourself want to nominate a Squeeze of the Week or someone to Moron Mountain, how do they do so?
Listeners, if you've got a moron and if you've got a spicy take,
or if you are one,
or if you are
a moron and have a spicy take, email us at juiceboyshow@gmail.com or send us a DM on Instagram at juiceboyshow with 2 S's. Chase, I haven't told you in a while. And if it has the pulp, then we'll read it on the show. Chris!
Yes, sir.
Who's sponsoring today's show?
Fellas, today's episode of the Juice Boys Show is brought to you by the 999 Challenge.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Do tell.
Yes, we here at the Juice Boys Show are so proud to get a chance to talk about the first online challenge that isn't stupid as fuck. The 999 Challenge. So here's the thing, Cody. We all know a summer afternoon at the ballpark with your boys is always a great time.
The best.
But the game itself can be just a little dull at times. Well, that's where the 999 Challenge steps in to spice things up for you and your buddies. For those of you who are new to the 999 Challenge, like old third turd McCoy, the idea is a simple one. You have 9 innings to finish 9 hot dogs and 9 beers. It's a fun little opportunity to do your best Joey Chestnut impression while also doing your best Joey Linehan impression.
R.I.P.
And we here at the Juice Boys Show wholeheartedly endorse all of you of-age juice junkies tagging us on all your social media accounts as you take on the 999 challenge this summer. The 999 challenge. Because you definitely won't regret drinking 9 beers and eating 9 hot dogs, all while sitting under the summer sun.
I know I wouldn't. The only thing that I would regret is the $171 that's going to cost you. But other than that,
you nailed down that price. You nailed that down.
The only thing Joey regrets in this situation is that the game didn't go into extra innings, thus giving him more opportunities for hot dogs and beer.
Chris, they're gonna have to be warm. They're gonna be warm beers too. So you have to buy them before the end of the 7th.
That is true. You've got to be prepared.
Joey, I mean, he nailed that price down like he had done it before. $171.
I'm not saying I haven't spent $171 at Coors Field before, but that was not just beer.
Okay.
At least $20 of that was a hat.
Of course. No, 45. You had those hats? Oh, those hats are expensive.
Ask my wife. It was 60.
Oh my God.
I remember that too.
Yeah.
The great debate continues. All right, we got our big topic of the day. We have another fun one. We've been really rolling, boys, on these. We had a great fun one last week of greatest promotions in sports history to get butts and seats. Please go listen to that. That felt like one of my favorites. That was just a good old-fashioned
It was
time.
so dumb. Oh my God.
This week, we're continuing with the greatest nicknames in sports history, an ode to Willie Mays, an ode to Jerry West, the logo, the Say Hey Kid. We thought we would round it out with our favorite or the funniest or craziest sports nicknames we could find. Christopher, would you do us the honor, please?
Oh,
and what do you got first?
I'm so happy. I'm back on my bullshit again. It's been a while since I've had a theme, and the theme is dick jokes.
What?
Because I haven't matured since I was 13. So let's talk about Randy, the big unit Johnson.
Yes.
The podcast, 6'10" behemoth Randy, the big unit Johnson. Pitcher for the Arizona Diamondbacks and Seattle Mariners. He had 4,800 strikeouts in his career, 303 career victories. He was a crazy lefty. He won the Cy Young 5 different times. One point in time,
unreal.
4 times in a row. Holy shit.
I did not.
And,
I consider myself Randy Johnson aficionado, and I did not know that stat.
Did you know that he pitched a perfect game at 40 years old, making him the oldest pitcher to throw a perfect game? Because I didn't,
Of course.
until I was researching this. And also, for those of you who joined late to listening to this podcast, we spent the first entire 3 episodes talking about how one time he killed a pigeon midair with a baseball while pitching.
It actually
Randy, the big unit Johnson, he is and continues to be the man.
Always,
big
always.
unit.
Big unit.
Big unit. Oh, Joey, please beat it. I love that.
I definitely expected you guys to say that was going to be the Roman Coliseum of nicknames, so I was keeping my fingers crossed that you wouldn't take that.
No, there's a lot of good ones. I mean, we could do this a multi-part one. So
the big unit. Oh, just
What
the
a
best.
name.
6'10". What a monster throwing the ball at you.
Piss missiles at you. Joey, beat the big unit.
Phrasing.
That's such a great
Beat the big
nickname.
unit? Really? Is nobody? No, right.
No, yeah. Nice. Yeah.
Damn it.
Good.
Damn.
So
Come on, McCoy.
I'm gonna take, in my usual fashion, I'm gonna take one that has multiple nicknames. And this player, Luke Appling, one of the greatest players in baseball history for the White Sox. The White Sox, actually, in 1969, the city of Chicago said that he was the greatest player in Chicago history.
Oh.
When he was younger, he hit a 310 lifetime. All right. So when he was younger, he was really good, and his nickname was Luscious Luke. All right. That's fantastic. Now, towards the end of his career, he was a shortstop. That does a lot on your knees, and I think this is going to be my new nickname at football and baseball. At the end of his career, his nickname was Old Aches and Pains. Here comes Old Aches and Pains, Luke Appling.
To go from luscious to old aches and pains. That is a
Old
man
aches
who
and
fell
pains.
off a cliff.
Oh, poor guy.
Now he is a Hall of
my
Famer,
gosh.
but yeah, you must. It says the number of injuries he received at the end of his career. Here comes old aches and pains out to shortstop. And he never played another position. So I mean, that might be maybe he would have had less aches and pains and they moved him to first. But yeah, there we go. Luke Appling, old aches and pains.
All right, I'm gonna go with. Of course not. All right, I'm taking the legendary linebacker from 1952 in the NFL. You know him, you love him. Chuck Bednarik.
Bednarik.
Concrete Charlie is what they call him.
Screwed it up.
Jeez. Concrete Charlie.
Oh, that's a great
Oh
nickname.
my God, that's a great name.
He was one of the last two-way players in NFL history, which means you played all 60 minutes. So you played on offense and on defense. Concrete fucking Charlie over here. He once hit Fred Gifford so hard, unconscious. Yeah, unconscious.
You're doing
It was
great.
called professional football's most notorious concussion.
Yeah, 'cause
Concrete Charlie.
He clotheslined him. They thought he broke his neck, like right there on
my
the field,
God.
knocked him out.
Yes.
And like you've seen The Longest Yard. The end was like, I think I broke his fucking neck, and that was exactly what that was from. And so he knocked him out, and then he stood over him like Muhammad Ali, like just
Yes.
And that was the famous picture, and people thought he was dead.
I love that. He was the first pick in the 1949 NFL draft. He also flew 30 combat missions over Nazi Germany.
Oh my
Oh
God,
my
what
God.
a man.
So this
Badass.
guy, Concrete Charlie, you can't kill him. He's going to play every minute of the NFL game on offense
As a
and defense.
guard and linebacker.
Yes, he's going
What a
to kill
badass.
people. He played from 1945,
What a
from
monster.
49 to 62. Two-time NFL champ, 10-time first team All-Pro, 8-time Pro Bowl, a million different awards, All-American in
How many
college.
combat?
30. He flew 30 combat missions
Holy
over
shit.
Germany, Nazi Germany.
Lord.
Oh my gosh, the 60-minute. Oh my.
Beat Concrete Charlie. That's a
Can't
good.
beat that.
That's a great.
They don't make him like old Concrete Charlie.
God, that
anymore.
is incredible. What a
They
name.
don't keep him like-
Concrete Charlie.
Doesn't even go together. It
Oh my
just-
God. Yeah.
We have no
It
other
doesn't
name for this
have
guy.
to when you're
You
just a
can't-
behemoth of a human being.
Oh, all right, round two. Good first start. Keep it rolling.
Boys,
Keep it rolling.
I'm going with a guy who described himself as the ugliest man in baseball.
Wow, David Wells.
thus earning the nickname Ugly. You may be asking yourself, well, Chris, you promised dick jokes. What does ugliness have to do with it?
Of course, people hanging onto their seat.
This fella's name is Johnny Dickshot.
Looking for me.
It's ugly. Dick shot, man.
Johnny Ugly Dickshot played from 1936 to 1939, and then again from 1944 till 45. He had a paltry 276 batting average. Played for the White Sox. Played for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Literally, the only reason that he's worth mentioning is that his nickname is Ugly and his last name is Dickshot.
So please don't give me a virus by looking up Johnny Dick Shot, but I have to see his face.
He has a new computer, everyone. He has a new computer.
Genuinely does live up to the name of Ugly. Like he is
He's
not a
not
good looking
that
fella.
poor Johnny Dick Shot. He's not that bad.
Is it
Johnny
one
Dick
word?
Shot.
Dick shot?
Dick Shot's one
Yeah.
word, dude.
Oh, you
one
bet.
word.
Is it spelled D-I-C? D-I-C-K?
No, it's spelled the way you
Oh, it's
think
there.
it is.
It's
No,
there.
it's
Okay.
spelled
Yeah.
exactly the way you think it is. Yeah. Good old Johnny Dickshot.
I want to meet the guy's dad,
That's
Mr.
up
Dick
there.
Shot.
That's
Johnny
Mr. Dickshot
Dickshot.
to you, young man.
That's one of the greatest names I've heard ever, up there with Rusty Kuntz and Dick Pole. I mean, that's those were both also baseball players. So
Oh, Dick Shot. I think a new sponsor. It has to be.
Joey beat the Dickshot.
Yes. while sucking on some dickle.
Dang it.
Joey.
I don't know if I can beat that one.
That's a good one,
I
Chris.
believe in you. Use both hands.
I'm going to take this one because I thought it was absolutely hilarious because this guy played in modern times. You know, a lot of these old things, all these nicknames that we have are old players. Besides the big
They
unit,
were the best.
but that's
Yes.
why the big unit is just like the greatest nickname ever.
Oh,
But I'm going to take a guy
amazing.
named Steve Trashel. You remember it's Steve Traxel? Sorry, Steve Traxel. He was a pitcher. Now,
Are we
Steve
only going
Traxel
MLB?
pitched.
Or wait, no, you did.
Yeah,
NFL.
Steve Traxel played pitched for the Cubs and the Mets, and he had one of the best baseball nicknames I've ever heard, and it was the human rain delay. So Steve Traxel was known because his games would last over an hour longer than any other pitcher that pitched. So when he was going out there, this deliberate approach, he would literally go slow and try to get people off their game. It didn't work. He was 143 and 149 for his career with an ERA of 439.
50-50 shot.
Yeah. The human rain delay, Steve Traxel.
The human rain delay.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm gonna switch it up.
Could you imagine like buying a ticket and not knowing and just showing up and realizing that he's the one pitching? It's like, all right, well, we've got an extra hour to complete the 999 challenge. Like
that's true.
I'm gonna need a couple extra beers, a couple extra hot. Like 9 and 9 is not going to be enough with
that pitch count now.
Delay.
And that pitch count now, you're going to be screwed. That's going to be hard.
Bring us home. I'm going to take sports loosely. And by loosely, I mean bank robberies and murder. Is that cool?
That's a sport. Yeah, it's absolutely a sport.
Yeah. Yes. Pretty Boy Floyd, maybe the best nickname I've ever heard. That is incredible. No.
Floyd
Pretty Boy
Mayweather?
Floyd. He was an OG gangster in the 1900s. Pretty Boy Floyd. He robbed more than 30 banks, 10 murderers, and he robbed so many banks in Oklahoma that the bank insurance rates had to double in the state.
So this is different than
That's
Babyface.
impressive.
Yeah.
It's very impressive. He also got out of prison by like running a car into a train or something. He was
Dude, it was not hard to get out of prison back in the day.
No,
it was really not.
No, it wasn't. He was also considered like the Robin Hood type of gangster. He would burn and steal mortgage documents to get people out of debt, and he would steal from the banks and give like food and stuff to people. But Pretty Boy Floyd
was just addicted to grand larceny.
Of course, of course. I think that's my all-time favorite.
Pretty Boy
Floyd.
Pretty Boy. Okay.
Also, we got I think Moonlight Graham's on my list from Field of Dreams because he was so fast. One at bat. Shoeless Joe Jackson played one game without shoes. Could you imagine? You forgot your damn shoes, and you're like, "Oh, I'm forever be known in history as that guy."
I can believe
the one game.
I coach middle school. I've seen kids do it. So,
really?
Kids forget everything. Like, Coach, I don't have my glove. Well, you're playing without one. You know, it's kind of hard to play without. It's kind of hard to play baseball without a glove. So go figure it out.
I would say so. Any other honorable mentions? There's a million of these. These are my favorite.
Oh,
Cornbread Maxwell, Cedric Cornbread Maxwell. I've always loved cornbread.
What about Ed Too Tall Jones?
I love William the Refrigerator Perry.
Of course.
Yep. Oh, great nickname. But let's also talk about his other nickname, Biscuit. Because he was known for being a biscuit under 350 pounds.
Oh, my God.
That seems like the sort of thing that like Sir Charles would say, right? A biscuit under 350 pounds.
Oh, the round mound of rebound from Charles Barkley.
Great.
They don't make them like they used to. Like, what's the greatest modern day nickname?
Kool-Aid McKinstry.
That's his real name, though.
He's not
actually named
Kool-Aid.
Sauce is pretty good. What about this dude? No, this is another reason why I think Josh Gibson's the greatest baseball player besides Babe Ruth. I mean, like over Babe Ruth. This guy, Samuel Bird, his nickname was Babe Ruth's legs because of how often he'd be called in to pinch run for him. All right.
Are you serious?
Oh, yes. Samuel Bird's nickname is Babe Ruth's legs. He played for 7 years.
You win, Joey. They win. That's the best one. He's the one guy. That guy held down a job to run for the fat guy who could hit. Oh, who else we got? I just want to take a second. The Big Hurt is always big. The Big Hurt.
The Big Hurt was
Frank Thomas.
Ooh, Frank Thomas. Now he's out there selling dick pills. Way to go, Frank.
As he should.
She'll like it too. The Flying Housewife, Fanny Blankers Cohen. She was literally a mother of 4 and won 4 gold medals in the Olympics at the age of 30. 1948. She just went up there. She has 4 kids. Bam. There you go. 4 gold medals.
I love the Sultan of SWAT for Babe Ruth. Also, the Babe Ruth is his nickname. Is the Babe?
Yeah, that's true.
George Ruth.
But
the Sultan of SWAT. Is there any other sultans other than Joey, of course, that have been in
Sultan of Sift, obviously.
Cool Papa Bell from the Negro Leagues? Oh, I just love nicknames.
Cool Papa. That's such a great Oil Can Boyd. The Oil Can Boyd is a pitcher for the Red Sox. Oil Can.
We could do this all day, but
the Worm.
The Worm. We'll let the people get on with their day.
All right, listeners. Remember, you can listen to the show on all major podcast networks and YouTube. Please follow and rate the show and leave us a review through Apple. And we encourage you to follow both our YouTube and Spotify channels. Also, be a friend. Tell a friend about the podcast. Dell, those stickers are coming. I'm bad, but they're on their way, my dude. If anybody else wants stickers as well, I'm going to send them. Join.
Just let us know.
Listener Caitlin gave her a few this week, too. So we should hopefully see those out in the world.
Join our Juice Junkie community. We need you. Send us on your posts. Send us in something to talk about. Give us some new tots, some squeezes, some morons.
We'll read it.
Back to you.
That almost does it for us, my friends. Christopher, who is sponsoring today's lovely.
Today's stat of the day is brought to you by Bill Belichick's matchmaking service.
Oh, no.
Now, this one here goes out to all the sad, lonely, disgraced former football coaches amongst our beloved Juice Junkies. Are you nearing the twilight of your life? Have your greatest years long since passed you by? Are you having a midlife crisis several decades too late? Well, you're in luck, dear Juice Junkie, because Bill Belichick's matchmaking service is here for you. Just because you're 72 years old, you too can finally find love. It just took a little while for you to find your perfect match, and we don't judge the fact. That match wasn't born until you were already 50 years old. And sure, you were coaching Tom Brady to his very first Super Bowl win while she was taking her first steps, but that's for her future therapist to help unpack. All that matters right now is you've taken enough Viagra to kill an elephant and you're stiffer than Frankenstein learning how to walk. Bill Belichick's matchmaking service, here to help people realize your musty, disgusting cutoff hoodies don't have to be the grossest thing about you.
Oh, Bill, dude, what is wrong with these? What is wrong with the Patriots people when they get older? What is going on with them? Robert Kraft, Bill Belichick, just stop being gross old men. Just be normal.
What happens when Tom Brady winds up following suit?
He's on.
He's never going to be old. He'll look young when he's 90. So yeah.
Interesting. All right, gentlemen, to wrap us up, we have another stat of the day, MLB edition. In 2000, the year, of course.
Okay.
MLB teams. There was 24 teams in 2024.
I'm sorry, can you reread that entire thing? Joey completely broke my focus with his singing.
2000.
An old Conan reference?
I missed
an old Conan reference, baby. That's right.
I missed all of that.
We just lost all of our Gen Z people.
Oh,
They're all
my
just
God.
like, who? All right, can I continue, boys? Jeez, probably the time here. This is the airwaves are expensive these days. We don't have a lot of it. Can I continue?
Yes, please.
Okay.
By all means. We just love to listen to you read.
That's fair. All right. In the year 2000, Joey gave a look. MLB teams hitting at least 260 as a club. There was 24. In 2024, how many teams are hitting at least 260 as a club?
So the first year again?
2000.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How many teams
It's
are
gotta be
now
at
hitting
least-
260 as a club?
I'm going to go 6.
Oh my
Okay.
God, that was going to be exactly my guess.
Really?
Yeah. No.
Then I'll go 7.
No, I'll go 4. Give me 4.
4? The answer, 0.
Oh,
Hitting today
my
sucks.
God.
Wow.
Hitting today sucks.
Holy shit.
0 teams have a team batting average of over 260.
260. It's not happening.
0.
0.
Dude, Bobby Witt is leading the league in batting right now at 327. He's gonna if you win a batting title at 327, is that good?
I don't know.
What does that say? Like, that's lower than Tony Gwynn's career batting average.
I think it says more about just like the depth of bullpens anymore. Like, you can't write out a starter and then just
And
beat
that third
the
time
shit
around
out
it.
of
Yep.
yeah, like and then just beat the shit out of whoever's trying to close. Like, anymore, bullpens are just thick with talent.
And the analytics now, it's okay to strike out 14 times if you hit a home run every.
Kyle
13.
Schwarber would not be in the league in the 80s. He would not exist.
No.
I mean, like, it just doesn't make sense. Literally, Tony Gwynn's career batting average is 338. There's not a single player hitting that.
It's like the 3-point line. It's like no one shoots mid-range shots, where even though it's one of the most effective shots of all time, from Paul Pierce, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. It's a weird hitting for average is not a thing.
Now, Aaron Judge does have 26 home runs and 64 RBIs. Holy Jesus. I mean, that's not even the all-star break, dude. And he's got 26 home runs already. And he's doing it clean. I don't hate the guy. I really don't. But it's just, there needs to be more players like Tony Gwynn. I thought Luis, how do you say his last name? Arise?
Mm-hmm. He was batting 310, and I think he got hurt. But yeah, there's no more like Craig Biggios. There's no more Ichiros. There's no more Tony Gwynns.
I'm just gonna hit. I'm just gonna get on base.
It's gonna get
Pete
on.
Rose, I'm just gonna
Even Joe Mauer, he didn't hit for a ton of it, but he was just always on base.
He's always on base.
Slapping singles.
Just need to get some slaps. Just get on there.
You know what else slaps? Doesn't slap?
Take your time. Let us know.
Maybe slaps.
Let us know when you're ready.
Slap the end of the show.
Yes, that's right. Joey's on it.
Joey brought us there.
He's hey, I
Thanks, Joey.
All right.
Thanks, Joey.
Hey, last little shout out. Let's go Oilers as we speak. Oh no. Something just happened.
Oh, they get to listen to real time 4 days late as Joey.
As we speak, the third period is starting. The Oilers are up 4-2 after dismantling them 8-1 in the last game. Let's pull off the unthinkable. Let's go from 3-0. Let's win, Oilers. Let's go, Canada.
Show Canada. I love it.
Love everyone. We're honestly, we've had a really strong few weeks, so we really appreciate all the listeners, all the engagement on socials. Instagram page is really growing right now. Tell your friends, tell your family. We're having a lot of fun doing this. We want to keep this community growing. Yeah, this is really been fun. What?
Yeah. Tell anybody. I don't care.
Everyone you meet.
You don't have to like them.
No, just tell them. If you get stickers, put them in the bathroom. Why not? If when they're taking a shit, they have to look. Yeah, if they're taking, they have
put
to
them in
look
your personal bathroom.
That's fair. All right. Love. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.